Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate each of you being here and the testimony that you've given regarding the various changes that have been made in the last 5 years. But for sake of the committee members, Mr. Williams, let me go to you. Would you expand some on the concept of stop work authority?
Yes, I would. So, it's another key part of safety and environmental management systems, but basically it says that every person has the right and the responsibility to stop work if they think something's unsafe or they don't understand, what's being done, that the work can be stopped. It's okay. one of the key barriers that people are using right now in managing safety.
How often is that utilized?
I don't know exactly, but it's not infrequent that people do it, and companies have really been pushing hard to change the culture where people do want to do it, and in fact some companies are rewarding people that do it, even if it's subsequently found out that it wasn't necessary to do. They reward the behavior, so it's not infrequent, but most of it's not related to major safety items.
Is not related to major safety items?
That's correct.
So it's minor issues like what?
Well, a real common one is around safe lifting, for instance. So safe lifting is an issue, but often people actually find things in lifting operations and then they stop them, before it is a problem, and so it's actually a good thing.
So if companies are rewarding individuals for reporting unsafe environmental or environment within the workplace issues, that would be a significant help on safety overall.
Yes, sir.
You would certainly think so.
Yes, sir.
In addition to that, before I change the subject, can you comment a little bit on some of the investments, I'll use that word, made by the industry to help improve safety, specifically, as Ms. Hopkins, you mentioned a moment ago, on incident prevention, containment, response, those type of things. I know you mentioned 4 areas. I'll just direct this to you, Ms. Hopkins. You mentioned 4 areas, but can you just go more specifically on the investments made here and the impact that's resulting from that?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have any dollar figures that I can share with you. We know at least in one instance for the Marine Well Containment Company that was established, it was a $1 billion initial investment when it was started up. Obviously, that has increased over time. You do have several $1 million that was spent or that was budgeted by the American Petroleum Institute specific to oil spill response studies and research. You also have the creation of the Center for Offshore Safety, and then obviously those membership dues are additional expenditures that have been made by the industry to improve safety. So I apologize, I don't have an overall number, but as you point out, at all of these areas, investments have been made and have been...
So it's fair to say, though, that billions of dollars are being spent. It's not a small amount of money, so there's a significant investment to address these issues. Absolutely. Let me ask you, while I've got you here, in my home state of Georgia, there's a conversation about the potential of offshore energy in the Atlantic, and so with that, a lot of constituents are talking about it. Can you please comment on the benefit that offshore exploration would have in the Atlantic, as well as the degree of certainty that you would have regarding the safety of that operation compared to, say, 2010?
Right. So, the industry is committed to a goal of 0 fatalities, 0 injuries, and 0 incidents, and we do believe that the offshore oil and gas industry is safer than it was 5 years ago. That would extend to the Atlantic, considering that the current OCS regulations apply to all of the OCS, not just the Gulf of Mexico, not just deep water. So all of the safety improvements that have been made would apply to any activities that were to occur in the Atlantic, and then certainly the Arctic as well. We do have, very near our shores, we see other countries, Canada, Cuba, and the Bahamas, pursuing or considering development of offshore oil and natural gas resources. And rather than sitting, idly and watching other nations secure these benefits, the U.S. should seize the opportunity and bring economic stimulus to the Atlantic coast and our own economy.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.